Back in 2018, LaMelo and LiAngelo Ball moved from sunny California to a town of 9,000 people in Lithuania. Or in other words, a reality TV family landed in a place most Americans had never heard of.
Lithuania looks like you got werewolves, huh?
Almost 7 years have passed since then, so let me tell you how this utopian idea came to life. To uncover the full story, I spoke with Erikas Kirvelaitis, the guy who essentially brought the Ball brothers to Lithuania. At just 21 years old and half a year into his role as communication specialist for BC Vytautas, Erikas saw the golden opportunity pop up on social media.
At the time, I was just following them by myself, and story pops up that they are kind of looking to go to Europe. Wait a minute, we maybe have a chance to do something.
But let me rewind it a bit and give you some context. It all started after LiAngelo's shoplifting scandal in China got him suspended from UCLA. Not long after, LaMelo left high school after his dad, LaVar, pulled him out following clashes with his coach.
And that raggedy coach ain't gonna mess up what my son been doing. Now they want to get mad and say LaVar running the program. Guess what? They can have it back now and see how it go. Without my son, though.
Having no attractive options left in the US, their next move was Europe. Specifically, BC Vytautas in Lithuania's top basketball league, LKL. For that local team, bringing in the Ball brothers was about much more than just basketball. The team was in a tough spot, having started the season 0-9 and struggling financially.
It wasn't really a good situation for the team, and they were struggling on and off the court. There were some financial issues. They were kind of two birds with one stone, because there's also some basketball thing, but on the other side, there's also financial input coming.
To make it happen, Erikas took his chance. Late one night, he sent a Twitter DM to Harrison Gaines, the Ball brothers' agent. Surprisingly, the response came quickly and negotiations began almost immediately.
Been texting back and forth, telling how it is, playing in Lithuanian league, that we have EuroLeague team here. They could live in a spa hotel in Birstonas, which is like 10 minutes from the Prienai city itself.
What's remarkable is how quickly everything came together. The negotiations took up to 10 days before they signed the deal. By mid-December, the Ball brothers and Vytautas had a deal and the family were on their way. Okay, let me try and put it into perspective. You see, I'm from Lithuania, and Prienai, the town they were going to train and play at, has a population of 8.8 thousand people, while Birstonas, the place their hotel was located in, has 3,000 residents.
We're in Vilnius, the best capital ever. When we go back to this village though, you're gonna be hurting. Watch.
The team itself, although it was a part of the Lithuanian Basketball League, was a very small market team that was overachieving with this head coach Virginijus Šeškus, whose English skills were, well, just make up your mind yourself.
But you pass and task is small play. You pass and task is small player, you hear? No, understand.
Baby, you got something in your nose. Sniffing that K, did you feel the hole?
Also, the team had just 400 followers before the news broke out, so this level of attention was mind-blowing.
I remember, sitting on my phone like 1-2 a.m. At night, scrolling on Twitter. I could just, refresh and it was like by thousands and 10,000s of people just following the Prienai team. That blew up crazy. From that moment, I understand, okay, this is going on.
When LaMelo and LiAngelo landed in Vilnius in early January 2018, they were met with what could only be considered as an absolute frenzy. The airport was packed with fans holding posters, tons of local media, photographers snapping pictures, and even a live band playing.
Welcome to Lithuania. Welcome to Lithuania.
But the media hype wasn't just limited to Lithuania. Journalists from the US, like Jeff Goodman of ESPN, had flown in to cover the story. From there, the Ball family headed to Birstonas in a quote-unquote party bus.
It was weird having a stripper pole in there when I'm with my family and my grandma and stuff, but as long as I got to the hotel safe, I'm cool.
Their arrival to the area sparked even more buzz. Local businesses joined in on the excitement, with Tango Pizza displaying a glowing LED sign reading, "Tango Pizza welcomes Ball family to Prienai city." We'll go back to Tango Pizza in a bit, but calling a 9,000 people town a city is a bold move, not gonna lie. Anyways, despite the welcoming reception, Ball brothers' first impressions of Lithuania weren't exactly positive.
So that was kind of weird, bro.
This is one of LaMelo's quotes from his Slam magazine interview. "It was bad, bro. Food was hard to eat out there, hella cold, nobody around. And let's be real, a teenager moving from California to the tiny towns of Lithuania in the middle of winter was always gonna suck." Another thing that LaMelo took shots at were the beds. In that same interview, he said this: "The beds, you roll off to the left, you fall off. You roll off to the right, you fall off. MF and calves was hanging off the bed. Not feet, calves hanging off the bed." It's one of those quotes that really went viral, but according to Erikas, LaMelo decided to invent some details in his recollection.
They were living in a 5-star spa hotel, which is probably one of the best ones in Lithuania. You can even see it on the show when he's laying on his bed in the room is like king-size bed. So I'm not sure, maybe LaMelo confused it for a massage table in the locker room, which he was also sleeping on.
And the dissatisfaction extended beyond just the hotel. At one team dinner, the players were served some homemade-style burgers, which apparently was something that LaMelo wasn't used to. He stared at it, said, "This is not McDonald's," and just didn't take a single bite.
Are we allowed to leave? Are we allowed to leave? No.
The Balls did eventually find their go-to place for food after games, which became the infamous Tango Pizza. Fun fact, they even created a pizza dedicated to their most loyal customer, LaVar Ball, who apparently would order this meat-only pie every time. Okay, so now let's move on to the basketball part, which wasn't exactly smooth sailing either. For LaMelo, he had to prove himself against grown men at just 16 years old, going from Chino Hills High School to a professional basketball league in Europe. Like, he had scored 92 points in a single game, cherry-picking and throwing up crazy threes just a year prior, and was now asked to play defense, make reads, and take smart shots, which guess what, he didn't.
Well, it was, different story in every game, because, LaMelo's game, even now in the NBA, he's kind of unpredictable what he's gonna do on the court. He's just super naturally gifted kid who, of course, he didn't have a body at the time. Everybody could bang him in the post, and he's couldn't handle the physicality.
LiAngelo, on the other hand, adapted way better to the European game, and Erika suggests Jello should seriously consider coming back.
He adapted pretty well because he had the physicality, played the position 2-3, good shooter, can post up a bit. It would be benefited him more if he stayed in Europe for the rest of his career.
One thing is clear though, it was a challenge for all the sides involved.
Everybody was always skeptical, oh, you need the results, and we kind of were on the fence because the team wasn't playing good before they came, and it was like a struggle because you had to integrate 2 new kids to the team. For a coach and a coaching staff was always a task to somehow find a playing time for them and win games, which we didn't do much.
In the Lithuanian league, LiAngelo averaged a respectable 12.6 points per game, shooting 42% from the field and 41% from 3. All that in just over 22 minutes per game. LaMelo's numbers were less consistent. He averaged 6.5 points per game on 27% shooting from the field and 25% from 3 in just 12.5 minutes. And those minutes kept going down game by game. Although LaMelo probably had the biggest moment, a streak of deep threes against a EuroLeague team Žalgiris.
Keičiasi žalgiriečiai ginamaisiais, visi gali keistis, visi tą ir daro, bet vis tikriausias rezultatas, ne? Ir jeigu rezultatas yra toks, koks jis yra, o jis...
LaMelo! Greičiausiai minėtas bandys kovoti su Kavaliausku.
LaMelo siautėjo toliau, trečias kritiškas iš eilės.
3 iš 3.
Also, there's one more very interesting detail that Erikas noticed about that game.
And the first points, actually, on that game was after LaMelo made a steal on Vasa Micic and scored a layup. Later, Vasa became a EuroLeague MVP, and now they are teammates. So it's such a small world, and right now, when LaMelo is injured, Vasa is coming off the bench and helping the Charlotte Hornets out.
Eventually, their playing time became a point of tension, especially with LaVar constantly in the background. At first, he and the team's coach Šeškus seemed to be best buddies, but it wasn't long before LaVar started criticizing the coach publicly for not playing the brothers enough or together.
Why are you not starting the boys? Nah, that ain't gonna work. Playing one at a time is just bull.
before you say, but what about that game where Gelo and Melo had 80 points combined? I will clarify that it was a part of the exhibition games where LaVar was the coach, the Ball brothers did pretty much anything they wanted on the court, and the game held zero significance. Anyways, this circus type of atmosphere overshadowed all the struggles, and every move the brothers made was streamed live on Facebook with hundreds of thousands tuning in. Some players appreciated the exposure that the brothers brought, others not so much.
Somebody embraced it because it was maybe a good spot to showcase your talent, because everybody was watching you play. You want to play, if you want to focus, and it's not a everyday thing to have cameras in the locker room during the coach's pre-game speech. On the other hand, this attention made you get your salary.
Then, all of a sudden, the circus had ended. In April 2018, the Ball family abruptly left Lithuania before the season ended, bringing their wild experiment to an unceremonious close. But their story didn't end there, of course. After leaving Vytautas, the Ball family launched the Junior Basketball Association, an alternative league created by LaVar to rival college basketball. While it made headlines, the league folded after just one season. LiAngelo played in the JBA and later tried his luck in the G League and exhibition games with the Charlotte Hornets. To this day, he hasn't secured a long-term spot in the NBA and has recently said that he would actually consider Europe, although it didn't sound too convincing to me.
I wanted him to go overseas. He didn't want to go overseas.
No, I do though. If I had a right setup, I'm going. I had to.
So if you get the right call right now, you going?
No, because I gotta wait on I'm gonna wait a little longer for the G League, bro.
LaMelo, on the other hand, also played in the JBA but took a different path after. In 2019, he joined the Hawks in Australia's NBL, where you could really see the growth he made in a year, both physically and basketball-wise. His time in the NBL solidified his status as a top NBA prospect, and in 2020 he was drafted 3rd overall by the Charlotte Hornets. Today, LaMelo is a cornerstone of the franchise, a former Rookie of the Year, and an all-star. In the end, the Ball family Lithuanian adventure was chaotic, unpredictable, and polarizing, but it worked for pretty much everyone. Myself and the rest of the world were entertained. Vytautas team got the financial injection to stay alive, although they did go bankrupt just a year ago. For LaMelo, it was a shock to the system that prepared him for any uncomfortable situations in the future. LiAngelo saw a glimpse of what it's like to play in Europe. And LaVar? Well, he got a very unique season of Ball in the Family in the books. Let me know in the comments below what surprised you the most about this story. Also, don't forget to check out our second channel on all the NBA topics, subscribe to this one, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.